Hey, welcome back to Sprague Homestead. So today I'm out changing the oil in our backup generator. And today I thought, would be a great day to talk about something called DFM, which is designing for maintenance. Now, as you're putting together your homestead, a lot of times you're going to have annual or biannual or monthly or weekly or maintenance stuff. And a lot of times things get built, maybe for cost, for packaging, for anything else with not really the regard for maintenance, but it's kind of an afterthought. And when you go back, you're like, oh, I should have done it the first time. So with the generator here, I've got 3 examples I'm going to cover with you today on things that are not designed for maintenance, but how I could fix them to make them a little bit better. Our generator, it's a Kubota brand, so it's a 2-cylinder diesel generator with a radiator. It's also attached directly to the electric motor that is a 6 kilowatt motor itself with a control pad, the key. This switch operates the fan for the radiator there. All right, so example number 1 on how this could be done better for maintenance is when we built the housing, I guess you'd call it, that the generator sits in. We had already got the generator prepackaged, came on a nice little cart. It was a really good deal when we bought it. But the thing is, when we built this piece, we never really thought about changing the oil in it. So we built this panel here that's held in by screws. And the hard part of it is that the electrical comes through this piece here. So when you take all of your screws out all over the place, this is what holds it up. And it kind of keeps it in place because you can't detach it because it's not clearance to go around this. So you basically pull this up over the tubing, puts a lot of pressure here, which is not so bad, but you just can't get this out of your way. So this piece here really is not the easiest to deal with. So really how I may fix this in the future is actually notch the back of this out here so this piece behind it stays, and then put this on hinges so that rather than this kind of supporting with gravity, I can actually flip it out like a door should be, rather than this kind of clunky piece here that's got a vent cut hole in it. Okay, so the next piece here, if I show you something that should have been addressed a long time ago, is that draining the oil out, you can see between the base of where the stands sit to the bottom of the drain plug and the drain pan, there's almost no room in there to actually get the oil out. So what I've done is I've kind of cut in some old tin from when the house was built, and I've formed it into a U shape, and you can kind of see right there in the back, it's kind of a blocker. So it makes the oil come out at least this way. I learned that the hard way. You've got to drain it out, and then it comes out into a pan. So the thing that really should have been done a long time ago is you've got to have enough clearance to be able to get at least a pan or something better in there to the drain plug in order to get the oil out easily. Now I've got a solution that works in that, but I would love for it to just drain out of there simply right into my major pan that I normally go into, my auto pan. This is just a small pan I've got here, and this is the only time I really use it, is just to drain the oil out. So this solution works, but boy, is it a pain in the butt to actually do all this stuff. The last thing I'll show you here is that it's a pain in the butt to get to this oil filter. So this is the back of the house, conduit coming out, stand. Here's your oil filter. Now, getting to the filter is not so bad. You can get your hand in there. There's plenty of clearance for that. The trouble is you can't really get a pan under it to catch the oil very well. It will work and that and all, but you eventually get the ground here that's on the engine block, and your stand in that always gets oil on it. As much as I try to catch it all, I never do, and it always gets oil down on everything, so you have to wipe that down. Not the end of the world. It's just like, man, if I could only have something a little bit better. Now, I've thought about trying to design up maybe like some kind of a catch pan or catch, I don't know what you want to call it, something to sit under here and basically direct the oil out. I just never got that far because I only do this once a year, and it's kind of like a nuisance or an annoyance when I do it, but otherwise it's not so bad. It's just a little bit dirty and hard to get to. Okay, so I've got the fluids changed in there, the oil, changed the filter, ran it to make sure that nothing leaked. Obviously I filled the oil back up before I ran it, and then I've got the side door back together. So this job here is completely done. It takes me about 30 minutes one time a year. Now we only run our generator about 75 to 100 hours per year, and typically through the winter, and that because we have such a large solar system. So I only have to change the oil once a year. It takes me about 30 minutes. And like I said, it's not bad, right? It's not so bad to do it one time per year. If I had to do this more often, I would definitely look a lot harder into doing a lot more of these changes to make maintenance easier. The point of this, though, rather than just changing the oil, what I want to demonstrate to you guys is that when you're setting up your homestead, you've got to start thinking of the maintenance piece. Whether it's changing out faucets, oil changes on tractors, generators, anything like that, if you've got to do any kind of maintenance or repair, don't design it so that it's so hard to do that you have to take half your house apart, take the siding off to get to a faucet, or take extra time to basically come up with extra tools to do maintenance. Plan this stuff ahead, make it easier on yourself. Even if it's one time per year, I could probably cut out 10 minutes worth of work just trying to get all this stuff in there together if I guess made some changes, or it would have been designed in up front. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you guys are new, hopefully you're enjoying the content. We're getting ready for winter, so winter is coming. If you can hear it, it's kind of breezy, and it's only about 50 degrees today for a high, so it's getting there. It's getting there. So that's it. Thanks for watching today. If you need any help with maintenance or anything else, drop a comment below. Otherwise, happy homesteading. We'll see you next time.